G'day everyone from the world down under. My name is The Silent Watcher and today I'll be doing a non-sponsored review of the Huion Kamvas GT-191 pen tablet monitor. So without further ado, let us begin. Upon first inspection, this device was much bigger than I anticipated, and picture references weren't enough to prepare me for the size of this thing. Measuring at 19.5 inches diagonally, or for those who don't know, inches, 43.5 by 24 millimeters. This thing is big, but not big enough to cause any problem with space. Another feature that surprised me is that the monitor is very thin and light, making it very easy to move around and adjust. On the bottom right, you'll have your standard monitor menu to adjust picture, color, light, and a few other high-end options that are a little bit beyond my understanding. But if you're like me, you'll ignore those options and just stick with lighting options. Now on the back, we have a screw-on stand that is light, tough, and easy to use. Just pull up the silver button and tilt the monitor to require your desired angle. Moving on, the pens and pen holder. Huion was gracious enough to provide me with an additional pen, which I was very happy with. Unlike my basic Wacom drawing tablets, the pens require charging, but since I have two of them, I always have one on charge, ready to be swapped out whenever I need it, which can be very convenient. Sadly, since these pens require power, my habit of chewing on pens has since come to an end, and I don't particularly want to get electrocuted. The pen itself is rather light, but it's a comfortable amount of weight to it. It also has two buttons near the tip of it to allow for additional features that can be programmed, but for now I mostly ignore them. The pen holder has a weighted bottom and a screw-off top, housing 8 additional pen nibs. For those of you that often break them, having additional supply is a great help. Unfortunately for me, I have yet to figure out how to remove the nibs of my pen, so in the event they do break, I won't be able to fix them. But if anyone could tell me how to do it in the comments or otherwise, I'd be very appreciative of it. Next, we have the Artist Glove. Slick, smooth, and stretchy. This glove feels comfortable to use and helps avoid smudging on the screen. I use it every time, but it isn't required. Some specifications I should have mentioned at the start but didn't know how to format this review are as listed. It has a pressure level of 8,192, but if you're like me and an idiot, I don't particularly know what that means, so yay, useless information for me. A resolution of a 1920 by 1080. Woo. And for obvious reasons, this device needs to be hooked up to your computer. It pretty much acts as a second monitor. So yeah, have fun with that for those who thought otherwise. More information can be found on their website, which I will link below. Alright then, let's draw. Now, I am no artist. In fact, I can barely draw, but this device has made it so much easier to practice and get my head around this art stuff. About a year ago, my drawing could be compared to a child scribbling, utterly embarrassing, but since then I have worked up my skills and have gotten to a fairly comfortable level of skill. While drawing, I have found that the pen won't sync with the cursor all the time and can be off by just a fraction. For those of you that require precision and accuracy, I don't think that this is the tablet for you, but personally for me, this is but a minor inconvenience. Well, that's all I had time to script, so I guess I'm just going to be, yeah. Enjoy the drawing. While I think of something smart to say. Ah, look at my cute little pebbles. Well, it's not perfect, but we all have to start somewhere. Thank you so much for joining me on this review. Maybe eventually when I don't know, when I get some skill up, I'll be reviewing this again with a, for better review. Until then, thank you so much, and go forth and spread chaos!
Oh, check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. So excited, so excited. Oh, check it out, so cool. I'm gonna draw so much this thing. Look at all this swag that came with it. Oh, so much swag. So much stuff. Tube hands! Yes! Buddy, sub-assembly required. Ah, I'm an idiot. Oh wait, I had it the right way around before. Yeah. Shit. Dum 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 da da dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum da 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 dum dum. If Huion ever sees this, I want him to know that putting on the screen protectors suck ass. I spent a good, I don't know, 30 minutes alone putting this together. And look at all the bubbles. F me. Oh. Okie doke, time to put this all in the bin. Fuck. Why are there two boards in here? Well, now they're mine.